you're going to give me a phone call and I'm going to answer it. You're going to say, Larry, I want you to review this. Now, I'm not going to go through all the steps that I do in my review, but I'm going to give you some indicators I might ask on the phone that will help you understand, because one thing for me to tell somebody they qualify or they don't qualify, and it's another thing for them to understand why they qualify or don't qualify. As a tax professional, I want my client to understand why. Because if they don't understand why, it's kind of like in a marketing company say, invest in the latest whatever, late night TV or on the radio. First thing is, that's a marketing company, most likely. They're not going to tell you why, they're going to say you qualify. Here's what we do. First question I'm going to say, I'm probably going to say who did it, because I've done enough, some of the companies I know how they go through their process. But for you, it's going to be, did you pay a fee? Was it a percentage? That's an indicator that's a marketing company, not a professional. Because see, I as a professional, I can't charge you a fee, I charge you a fee, but I can't charge you a percentage. So I can't charge you 20, 25%. And I'm not going to follow up with, well, if you want this, I can get you a loan advance. That has nothing to do with tax law. But the next thing I'm going to say, how did you qualify? Why would I ask that? Because what I just said, I'm going to explain to you if I'm doing it, why. You qualified under gross receipts. Well, none of these are qualifying in late 2022 and all year of 2023. Every one of them I've looked at, not one of them have qualified on gross receipts. That was already taken care of. So what they do is I say, well, what was your mandated period? To you, the taxpayer. I hear a pause. That tells me they haven't asked you the mandated period. So I go, can you send me your file? And I want to know everything you sent to the person that qualified you. Most of the time, I see one of those checklists that I just showed you, where they just check the boxes. That's how they did mine on all the secret shopping I did. I just check some boxes. I send them the payroll. Well, I probably don't qualify. If I do, it's only for a certain period. What did they ask me for? Did you tell them a mandate? Did you get a copy of the government order that shows the date started and the date stopped? If you didn't send them that, you probably don't qualify. So the key, the biggest thing I can say to you is get the information you sent. Now what I do is when I get involved, the first thing I ask you to do is to request whoever did this to send a copy of your file. You'll be amazed. Some of them don't send anything. Some of them send back the payroll. Oh yeah, I'm wanting the rest of it. But when you send back, I can't find where they've documented how you qualified, or I'll see where they check what you put down, supply chain with no reason. Government order, check, couldn't get employees. Well, couldn't get employees is that's not a shutdown. That's a business decision. Happen to pay 35% more for product. That's a business decision. So again, it comes down, look at what you communicated and look at that stuff and see if it gives you these simple, straightforward answers. And I think through that, you're going to find out I may not. I'm trying to think of other reasons, because it really does. It comes down, the decision's being made on what you send to them, and you want them to send your file back. But what I am finding, I can't say it enough times, is no documentation. I'm not finding documentation of the government shutdown. If a couple of them, their reasoning and communication back and forth in emails is the fact that they will throw out some stuff that you qualify under. I've got one that said the IRS has approved their checklist, and on another video I used that checklist and it looked like, might as well do it again. Warm fuzzies, I call them. That's a government shutdown? No. Reduction in business income. Was it as a result of COVID-19? See, if you add that, and I'm going to go back, if you add reduction in business income, was that during a period of government mandated shutdown? Because if it was a bigger reduction, you would qualify under gross receipts. Interruption in business operations because of COVID government shutdown. Well, what was the period? See, if I checked that on the one I qualified for all 6 quarters. They never asked me again about the mandate. Finding employees and keeping them, it became difficult. What business in America did not have that problem? Almost every one of them had a problem getting employees. So reduction of service or goods you were able to offer to customers. My point is that might be an indicator with data. Please, I just can't believe all the marketing about how complex this is. Because if the door's not open, the date the mandate starts to end, there is no COVID-19 impact.